Hello again. So we are going to learn about pressure conversions today. So stay tuned and let's go through all of this together, and hopefully you will understand pressure conversions today and be able to complete all the problems and do your quizzes. So that is the goal. So one thing that we need to go over first, and I got to move myself around again today. Obviously, that's the fun part of making my videos. I haven't quite figured everything out. I hope you're being patient with me. Pressure conversions are just extremely similar to your mole problems. So if you look at the bottom of this screen, it has all of the units that you can convert between. 1 atmosphere is equal to 760 millimeters of mercury, which is equal to 760 torrents, which is equal to 101.325 kilopascals, and 101,325 pascals. So the abbreviation for atmosphere is ATM. The abbreviation for millimeters of mercury is mmHg. The abbreviation for torrents is TORR. The abbreviation for kilopascals is kPa, and the abbreviation for pascals is Pa. Most of the time in all problems, they will actually use the abbreviations and not actually the words. Some problems might say pascals or they may say atmospheres, but if you have millimeters of mercury or torrents, more than likely it's going to say mmHg or it's going to say TORR. All right, so as I was saying, your pressure problems are very similar to your mole problems. You're going to start by writing your given with your units, and you're going to draw that horizontal line that we always talk about. Then you're going to put the units of the given at the bottom, per usual, and you'll be putting the units of what you're trying to get to, what we call the unknown, at the top. Next to atmospheres, if atmospheres is anywhere in your problem, you're going to put the number 1. Next to millimeters of mercury, you'll put 760. If you also have torrents, you'll put 760. Next to kilopascals, you'll put 101.325. And next to pascals, you'll put 101.325. So what I would suggest is that you take all of these units here and write them down. All of these. So pause the video for a second and write all of these down, because it's going to be easier to have those next to your computer while you're working these problems, as opposed to, let me go back and watch that video and see what those numbers are. Also, if you notice in my previous video, I actually made a little image that has the conversions for pressure as well as the conversion for temperature on the same thing. So you are more than welcome to even print that out or have that on your phone as a screenshot so you can easily look at that and see your pressure and temperature conversions. I'll also make sure I post that little picture on Instagram as helpful information, and I will also send it via remind in case you need that. So I would have all of these numbers written down so I can keep looking at them as I'm working out problems. So we're going to try to work out problems now. And so what I want you to do is take out that packet that we used last time, and we worked, I believe, 12 through the bottom 24. Now we're going to work out the problems and solve the problems, working out the problems from the top of the page. So after you set up your conversion just like normal, you're going to solve by multiplying the given by the number at the top and dividing by the number at the bottom. So let's practice. So your problem page looks just like this. So go to your gas pressure problems and you can write these down. Or if you don't feel like having 2 screens open, that's totally okay. Take out a sheet of paper, have it next to your phone or computer right now, and write these questions down and work them out with me. So I'm going to work out questions 2A, B, and C for you right now to make sure you understand how to do it. So let's look at A first. It says you have 0.735 atmospheres, and you need to change it from atmospheres to millimeters of mercury. So the first thing we need is our pressure unit. So we know that 1 atmosphere is equal to 760 millimeters of mercury, which equals 760 torr, which is equal to 101.325, so on and so forth. And there is not a number in front of atmosphere, but remember that number is supposed to be 1, just like moles. 1 atmosphere. 1 atmosphere. How many atmospheres? 1. Okay, so let's look at the problem. So the given is 0.735 atmospheres. So I'm going to start this problem like I would do any other mole problem. I'm going to write down 0.735 atmospheres and draw my horizontal line. My units of my given is atmospheres. So I'm going to put atmospheres at the bottom. And the units of my unknown is millimeters of mercury. I'm going to put mmHg at the top. Then I'm going to fill in. Next to atmospheres, I should put what number? 1. And next to mmHg, what number is there? 760. So I'm going to do that now. I'll put a 1 next to atmospheres and a 760 next to mmHg. Now it's all set up. All I have to do is solve. I'm going to take the given, multiply it times the number at the top, and divide it by the number at the bottom. Pause the video for a second. Solve the problem. Did you get 558.6 millimeters of mercury? Awesome work. Now, what I would suggest to do now is pause the video and try B and C on your own, and then come back and play the video to see if you got B and C right. I am going to start working on B now. So looking at this one, we have a given of 1 millimeters of mercury, and I need to change it to pascals. Remember, pascals is PA. So I'm going to do the same thing that I did in part A. I'm going to write down my given with the units and draw my horizontal line. And then I'm going to put my units of the given at the bottom and the units of the unknown at the top. And I'm going to fill in next. I'm going to go to mmHg. What number should go next to mmHg? 760. What number should go next to pascals? 101,325. So I'm going to plug those numbers in to my equation. And now I'm going to solve and take the given, I'm going to multiply it times the number at the top and divide it by the number at the bottom. And I get 133.3 pascals. Is that what you got? I hope so. That lady that does all the dances in the video, I mean, how does she do that and not be self-conscious? Anyway, next up, part C. Practice part C. I will come back and do that one. I'm going to wait a second. Wait a second. Did you pause the video? No. Pause the video. Go back and try the problem and come back. No, really. Pause the video. Try the problem on your own. Come back. We're back? All right. So the given here is 0.75 atmospheres. So what I'm going to do is underline that. Yes, that's my given. And so since that's my given, I'm going to write it and draw my horizontal line. Then I'm going to look up and put the given at the bottom, the units of the given at the bottom, which is atmosphere, and the units of the unknown at the top, which in this case is kPa, not to be confused with PA. Okay, if you haven't figured it out yet, it's like having millimeters and meters. Same thing with kilopascals and pascals, difference of 1,000 units. Anyway, next to atmosphere, we put 1. And next to kilopascals, I'm going to use 101.325. Okay, same thing. Take the given, multiply it times the number at the top, and divide it by the number at the bottom. And if I do that, I get 75.99 kilopascals. And there you have it. That is how you do pressure conversion problems. I hope this video was helpful for you. I hope that you understood it. If you need to go back and watch it, please feel free to do so. Watch it as many times as you need to. So what you're going to do now is you're going to complete, we just did A, B, and C, so you're going to do D through H from the practice problems that you were given on Google Classroom. So finish those problems, and I hope you do well on them. Once you finish those problems, you are done for this week. You just have to do your quizzes. So I want you to wait until you feel absolutely confident that you understood how to do all of the problems we did. So think about, you know how to do temperature conversions, you know how to do your pressure conversions. Once you feel completely comfortable with those two things, then go over to quizzes. The code is 868747. Take your quizzes assignment. It's only 6 questions. You only get 3 tries. So make sure you really know how to do this before you head over there. Try those problems. It also includes some vocabulary words just to make sure you did your vocabulary. And then you'll be done for the week. I hope you had a good week. I hope you remain safe and that you did all of your work. See you soon. Bye-bye.